What's up guys, it's me Jeremy, and when it comes to laning, when you're versus an opponent of equal skill, it's often the little things that can put you out on top, and one of those things are runes and masteries. Let's get started. Now, when it comes to identifying the runes and masteries of your opponent, there are two main tools that you have at your disposal. The cooldowns on their summoner spells, and of course their stats. And you will also need some game knowledge to do this properly. So for the opponent's summoner spell cooldowns, you can press tab and mouse over their summoner spell icons, and it will say what the cooldown is. If their summoner spells have a reduced cooldown, that signifies a minimum of 9 points into the utility tree already. And if their summoners have a normal cooldown, you already know that your opponents have pretty much no points in the utility tree, and this is because of the summoner's insight mastery. And now with their stats, you have a bunch of things to look at. Their AD, AP, attack speed, movement speed, armor, magic resistance, and lastly their health. If any of those stats are green, or in the case of their health significantly higher, it means that they are getting them from their runes, masteries, or items. And to identify their stats, you need to know the potential stats that are common to use from runes. And of course, don't forget to subtract the bonuses from their items, so it's best to do this kind of thing early on. Keep in mind that there are some invisible stats such as lifesteal, CDR, regen, penetration, crit chance, gold per 10, and scaling runes and stuff like that, but overall, you want to have a general knowledge of the potential pool of runes your opponents can take from. Let's look at this Caitlyn here for an example. Mousing over her stats real quick, we can see that she has 9 bonus armor and 12 bonus magic resistance. Right off the bat, I know that she's taking armor seals to get her 9 armor and magic resistance glyphs to get her 12 magic resistance. So that has to be what Caitlyn has in her rune page. She has enough bonus AD to constitute a clear 21 or more points into the offensive tree, as well as AD marks, but she is definitely not taking AD quints. Her attack speed is also not that high, likely only from the mastery tree, so that means that her quints are a hidden stat, and since she's playing AD carry, it's reasonable to assume that she is taking lifesteal quints. 2 lifesteal quints with 1 AD quint to be exact, because she only gets 21 AD or so from her masteries and AD reds, as well as the Dorn's Blade. And since her health is also a little bit high, higher than what the Dorn's alone gives her, we can predict 9 points in the defensive tree. So just by clicking on her and looking at the stats, I can tell with pretty solid accuracy that she's using a 21-9-0 setup with 80 reds, armor yellows, MR blues, and lifesteal quints, and then I can then proceed to try to exploit that playstyle depending on my setup as well as the matchup. Now the key is really just to know what the popular runes are. Masteries are honestly fairly easy to assume. I mean, a strong majority of AD carry players would take a 21-9-0 setup, or something really close to that regardless. So it's more about the runes when it comes to knowing what the stats are and what's popular. For marks, it's mostly penetration, but you can also take 8 armor or 8 to 9 AD depending on if you choose to take a crit chance rune, and I've seen some people take attack speed marks for about 15% attack speed. For seals, people often take 72 health, 9 armor, mana regen, or perhaps scaling health, and for blues, you can get 12 MR, scaling MR, mana regen, 11 AP, 6 armor, or some CDR. And quints can be kind of all over the place, but you could perhaps get 15 AP, 7 AD, 13.5% attack speed, some gold per 10, 4.5% movement speed, which is about 20 to 30 points of movement speed or so, lifesteal, or 13 armor. I'm sure I definitely missed a few, but those are the most common values I came across. I would recommend studying the rune shop as well as popular rune pages for champions and familiarizing yourself with the values, as they're really easy to memorize honestly. And of course, don't forget to take into fact the bonus stats that may occur from masteries as well. Anyways, my name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on how to identify the runes and masteries of your opponent. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out some of my others on the screen right now, or stay connected at facebook.com/gamingcurios. Drop a like, share this video, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.